Let's check our Bud Light starting lineups. And, of course, we've given you the big story, the Magic with Pat Garrity and Darrell Armstrong moving into the starting lineup. Gordon Guricek, Drew Gooden, and Tracy McGrady, of course, will also be out there. As far as Detroit is concerned, Michael Curry, Ben Wallace, Clifford Robinson, Richard Hamilton, and Chauncey Billups. Billups coming off a 40-point game. Our crew chief today is the veteran Danny Crawford. He'll work alongside Ron Gerritsen and Bernie Fryer. So it's Crawford, Gerritsen, and Fryer. Both coaches will be working hard. Both coaches want to get the other team in foul trouble early. Both coaches need to get on the free throw line in a Game 7. It can be a necessity. Ben Wallace has been unstoppable on the glass. Tracy McGrady has been unstoppable shooting, averaging 33 points a game. But in watching Game 6 and breaking the tape out, Doc Rivers agrees that several times Tracy McGrady shot too early in the count. Rick Carlisle is hoping that that trend continues. He's also hoping that Pat Garrity doesn't shake loose. The Magic with Shaquille O'Neal won the '95 Eastern Finals. The Pistons' only win in a Game 7 came against Michael's Bulls back in 1990. The Bad Boys rolling to the title. So here we go. Tracy McGrady to jump Billups there early in this game to take a shot at him. Doc said McGrady may not even be able to come off the floor here today. We'll see about that. It'll be Gooden and Wallace. Pistons with the first set, Sean. What should we look for early, do you think? So goes Armstrong. That's how the Magic have played. McGrady up early again, misses the three ball, and Wallace with his first rebound. So there again, early in the count, McGrady comes up firing. In a Game 7, they'll settle down here in another minute or so.
And most of the times you have guys moving so fast, they're not even playing the game, they're just running into each other.
Guricek to the paint for the layup and the game's first score.
People want to travel, but that is a textbook basketball move. He didn't pick up the ball until he was ready to take his steps. You get 2.5 steps, basically, not 3.
What's important there is that Tracy McGrady involved a teammate. Got the ball in Guricek's hands. This is something that Orlando must have. It must not be just a one-man show. Billups, though, continues the hot hand, nailing his first 3 ball.
But when he's caught with a small guard on him, he's so strong and big he can raise over the top.
Gooden bringing Wallace out, misses his first shot of the game, and here's that man, Chauncey Billups, running down the long rebound.
It was not a good offensive possession for the Magic. They had no one on the offensive glass on that shot.
On the drop, Billups, and it falls. 5 quick points for the 40-point score in Game 6.
That's where you can't get caught up in putting a small guard on him. If you want Tracy McGrady to guard him, forget about switching in the open floor. McGrady's got to find him at the start of the possession.
10 on the shot. McGrady, fade away, nails it.
He catches that ball in his comfort zone. It's all over for you. There isn't a defender in this league that can guard him 15, 16 feet away from the bucket.
Billups 5 and Orlando 4. Wallace to screen over on the weak side. They move through Curry. Hamilton free for the jumper. Billups forces a travel as he jumps Armstrong in the backcourt. Let's check in on Garrity's condition. Sal, what did you find out?
Well, one thing that I found out about Pat Garrity and his willingness to go today is that he took an 8-inch needle of cortisone to the pelvis to deal with the pain, which is amazing. I talked to the trainer, Ted Arzonato. He said they've been doing a lot of different things, be it muscle stimulation, electronic stim, heat, and ice. During the game, when he's on the bench, it's just going to be a lot of heat to try and get him to go. Right?
Yeah, Sal, that's amazing. An 8-inch needle. And what was also amazing is that Gooden got out of Clifford Robinson's way. And Robinson, one of only 2 players in this game to have ever experienced a Game 7, just took it home and rammed it. The other player with Game 7 experience is Sean Kemp over on the Orlando bench. But I'll tell you, Robinson had a free track here, Sean.
Yeah, he really did, and the defense didn't step up to challenge him. And that tells me right now that the Pistons are a lot more aggressive than the Orlando Magic. Tracy McGrady trying to work with Chauncey Billups. He comes off that screen, beautiful behind the back pass, but watch the penetration. No one steps up. Pat Garrity there, not able to challenge Cliff Robinson athletically because of that hurt groin, and Cliff Robinson goes straight up and finishes with power.
And Gooden playing a little Ole defense out there on the baseline on him.
It's hard to keep your feet when you're guarding a guy who has a lightning quick release and can knock it down.
McGrady trying to hound Billups, who's shaken loose for 5 already. He takes McGrady in, hits Rip Hamilton, penetrates from the weak side.
That's where you need help defense. No one in blue is aware of where the ball and man are at the same time. When Hamilton makes that move, there are several opportunities to help.
Gurchek misses that 3, but Gooden with an offensive rebound. 2 in a row, misses twice on the putback, and Wallace cleans up. Cannot miss layup opportunities when you get offensive rebounds in a game 7. And Billups, it's a 2. He was on the line, a 2 for Chauncey Billups. 7 points here in the early going. McGrady's feed, good interior defense by the Pistons, but a dangerous pass out of bounds back to the Magic.
Well, that's the only thing they've done wrong at the start of this game was that pass. The rebounding here, Gooden, you're not going to get too many opportunities over Ben Wallace. If you don't take advantage of them, you know the big fella's going to clean your plate. There's Chauncey Billups coming down, that right foot on the three-point line. He thought it was 3. He's got to pull it 6 inches shorter.
He hit 5 threes in the opening quarter in game 6. McGrady drawing the foul from Curry on the shot, so he'll shoot a pair of free throws. That's number 1 on Curry.
It looks early on like McGrady's deferred a lot of that scoring load to his teammates, trying to get them involved. The way he's got to get his players involved is by catching the ball, and he's got to create opportunities for them. He can't rely on them to create opportunities for themselves. He's the man out there who can create his own shot. He can get shots for everybody else.
Over there with Bernie Fryer, Billups becoming the 6th different player to score 40 points in a game during the postseason so far. Iverson, Nowitzki, Pierce, Wells. We only had 3 players score 40-plus points last year in the playoffs, Iverson, O'Neal, and Pierce. And a reminder to log on to NBA.com for the exclusive 2003 playoff section featuring live post-game press conferences. Curry, the 3, the unlikely 3 from Michael Curry, an 8-year veteran from Georgia Southern.
He was the last guy out here shooting during the warm-ups. He was working on that 3-ball. He shot it from every angle.
Billups sticking with McGrady, who finally gets inside and misses the shot. A positive start for the home team in game 7. Curry's going to involve his teammates. Could have taken the shot, didn't want it. Didn't want to be viewed as selfish. Gives it to Hamilton. He comes down the line. That's tremendous team basketball by Curry. He passed up an open 3 look from the corner to get somebody else involved. What you love to see if you're a coach.
Well, he realized that Rip Hamilton was caught on the perimeter with Pat Garrity. There's no way that Garrity can go out 23 feet and guard a smaller, quicker man like Hamilton.
And the Pistons D, as tough as it gets in the NBA, forces another turnover. Hamilton again, right baseline. The one-time #1 draft choice of the Washington Wizards. The key men in this drive that the Pistons have put on against Orlando. Down 3-1. They've forced a game 7, one in which they are dominating it at both ends.
A great ball movement here by the Pistons. Curry was the last man out here. Everybody else was in the locker room. He was working on his 3-point shot, and Rip Hamilton is simply on fire. Unstoppable coming off screens. He's feeling good. He's got a nice rhythm going to his game.
A 15-4 run. Was it a knockout? We shall see. The Pistons open up a 12-point lead, 20-8 over the Magic here in game 7. Now, what about the gamble inserting Armstrong and Garrity into the starting lineup? How has that worked out so far for Doc?
Well, it hasn't paid off early. They got a bucket out of Garrity, a little up and under move by Ben Wallace, but on the defensive end, since he's not that mobile, now you see guys with the ability to take the ball to the bucket, and you have to remember, you see these 3 plays here, you have to remember that Andrew DeFleur who Garrity is replacing, is a high-energy player who's there to block shots, rebound the basketball, get offensive tips, keep balls alive, and you need him in certain lineup. He's a big spark plug for this team.
Hands, and the ball gets away and out of bounds. Now McGrady. Double low, and so Gooden comes open for the easy slam.
That's how you create opportunities for other players. You got to be the man, take it upon yourself. At times, drawing the defensive help. Nice dish off. A nice, soft lefty layup by the big fella. And he has some offensive game.
Curry sticking with McGrady. Did a great job. Forced the air ball, and Wallace is going to pound on Gooden.
Curry's doing an excellent job right now on the perimeter with Tracy McGrady. He's not giving him an inch. He's contesting every shot.
So the field goal good, and one free throw coming up here. The Pistons with an early lead. Orlando tries a big back end. Away from Wallace.
Yeah, young fella has tons of energy. He's got energy in reserve.
They enter to McGrady. Stays with it. Blocked by Big Ben. The bell tolls. Gooden, left baseline, and isn't this rookie on fire? Keeping them in the game, Sean.
Absolutely. Tracy McGrady was called for goaltending, but Ben Wallace caught that ball perfectly. Well, like he says in his commercial, it's his lane. Big Ben, that was close. Return to sender. She's got to have some athletic ability, excellent timing, like Jacques Vaughn for the Pistons.
Struggling, the Pistons with one on the shot. Wallace fires up off the top, and the quarter comes to an end.
I think the referees need eyes in the back of their head this game.
So we'll have to see what Crawford, he may be putting something back up on that clock over there. Let's see.
The ball bounced off the top of the backboard a few times, and the clock kept running.
Yeah, 0.4. So then our quarter will come to an end with the Pistons up 5. So after a sluggish start, the Orlando Magic puts together a 14-7 run. Drew Gooden, the ringleader, Drew Gooden, has kept the Magic in this game.
Yeah, because the Pistons have done an outstanding job on Tracy McGrady. Took a tough shot there, but watch the contest. They're all over every shot that he's taking. They're sending guys at him, and on top of that, he may be pressing a little too much right now.
McGrady's numbers, only 1 of 6 against Curry. Feeling the heat, his first Game 7. The Pistons went up by 12, shooting 9 of 11, but since they're 2 of 7, now it's a 5-point game. After that very bitter, disappointing Game 6 loss, Doc Rivers had this to say in Orlando.
I'll tell you this. Detroit better play their asses off on Sunday, or they're going home. And I believe that. Thanks.
Sean, I might say that they did play their derrieres off there the early going, huh?
Sizzling. Yeah, the Pistons really came out, and they truly have responded here in the first half. They're playing excellent defense. They're moving the ball well. They're taking the ball to the bucket. They're pestering Tracy McGrady, and they're rebounding the basketball.
Curry will sit, and rookie Tayshaun Prince of Kentucky, he of long arms, will chase McGrady now as we open the quarter. The pull-up by Gierczek. Under fire. Good jump shot.
Yeah, it looked like he really struggled to get that ball up.
And again, but Jacques Vaughn pulls out a big offensive rebound.
And McGrady's got to get something going to the bucket. He has a rookie on him right now. That's when you'd expect him to take the ball.
McGrady cutting, and Gierczek hitting beautifully.
That's when you can't fall asleep on the weak side. You got to take advantage of the inexperience.
Magic scored the game's first field goal. Then they fell back by 12. And now they have battled to within one here, and the Pistons and Carlisle will call a timeout.
T-Mac finally gets open. You see both T-Mac and Drew Gooden barking at the referee. Here he is working down low. He goes to the opposite block and to the curl right off the clerk here as that penetration starts. See him? Nice curl move, wide open. And that's where you can't fall asleep on that weak side.
McGrady and the Magic right back in the thick of Game 7. John Berry off the Pistons bench trying to give some firepower. And Tayshaun Prince, the rookie, hits the three ball. That unorthodox left-handed shot of the Rook from Kentucky, and it's 34-30.
He had a bigger man on him, and Drew Gooden, he was able to take him outside.
High lob. DeClerc can't put it away. Wallace rebounds. Okur puts it down, kick to a wide open Prince, another three, 2 in a row for the rookie.
And that play is set up because Okur beats Tracy McGrady off the dribble at the top of the key.
The difference, 5 of 7 from three-point range. To McGrady. Tayshaun, though, has been chasing a little bit defensively, and it is clear that McGrady, when he has Prince on him here today, is going to go hard to the basket.
Hey, if I had a rookie on me, I don't care if I was hurt or beat up. I'm trying to take advantage of him.
Gooden out on Tayshaun. He'll put it down, attack. He's got a wide open Okur. Tayshaun Prince. And he has been a Prince of a Piston here in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't feel like a rookie.
Now McGrady attacks him. Misses. Gets the rebound back, comes back firing, and Wallace has got it with McGrady on his butt.
McGrady misses that first layup because Ben Wallace is lurking in the lane. He has to throw it extra high, and it disrupts his little layup or jumper. He's been sensational. The young player stepping up first outside, and he gets the pass from another rookie, Okur, and then Okur setting up Prince again off the penetration. Both his shots so pure, and now he returns the favor to the big fella. I'll do you one better. And then along the baseline, Barry's running. Tayshaun Prince finds him again. 2 nice three-pointers, 2 nice penetrations as well, setting his teammates up. Young fella providing a huge input early on.
The Pistons shooting 61%. And Tayshaun Prince for Detroit. Wide open Robinson. Put back is beautiful from Okur. The Turk muscles in.
The Pistons are playing a different ball game right now than the Magic. They're all over the glass. They're helping each other on the defensive end. Okur is playing big-time ball.
From the corner, the three is missed, but McGrady with a putback.
That's how you get yourself involved in the ball game. You get an easy one. Everything that he's had to work for today has been extremely difficult.
Barry on the drive through the lane. Tayshaun comes again. On the money. Oh, baby. Tayshaun, the Prince. And Doc's got to have a timeout. 11 points in 8 minutes.
Well, in Game 1, the hero was Drew Gooden. He was the rookie who blindsided the Pistons. This afternoon, it's the Pistons rookies that are returning the favor. Tayshaun Prince has absolutely got it going on. Okur, he set up Prince on 2 of those threes, then gets that offensive rebound when no one boxes out, and Prince again. And when he lets his ball go, he knows it's good. He held that gooseneck. He started backpedaling. He's shooting the ball with a ton of confidence.
What rookie jitters? Timeout. It's a foul call, and Rick says it's okay. It's okay. We've got a 12-point lead right now. Let's take it on home here in the last minute.
Yeah, he looked like he got his arm taken away from him.
Barry was capable of getting the technical call the other way, believe me. McGrady up fired. And there is Gooden on the putback. So Drew Gooden with a double-double here in the first half. I can promise you, there will be an unlikely hero. There always is. Here in the first half, Tayshaun Prince.
Don't forget about O'Connor.
Right. Good. Chauncey Billups. Armstrong. Traveling is called before the shot. The Pistons will lead it by at least a dozen here at the intermission.
That was nice use of a timeout.
Johnny Davis, one of Doc's assistants, up over there. Played with the great Portland teams. There's Johnny. Garrity comes over. He asked me if I thought Will Chamberlain could play today. I had to think about it, but I said, yeah, sure. Will could play in any era. I said, and then he said, would he be as dominant? I said, no way. Too much size, too much talent. Barry, front of the iron, almost put it down as he prances off the floor. But this half belongs to Tayshaun Prince. So the Magic attempts to regroup here. They once led in this series, 3 victories to 1. But it was Tayshaun Prince putting up 14 points in the second quarter. Let's go to Sal.
Tayshaun Prince, the rook. You came in and did some big things. 3 for 4 for three-point land. What did Coach tell you to do differently that made you come out with such firepower and aggression, man?
Well, the last 2 games, I came out very aggressive defensively. Just try to bring some offense to the team, especially they went zone there, and we got kind of stagnant a little bit. So once I hit a couple of threes, it kind of got me going a little bit.
It's amazing the way you just look pretty much unafraid out there. You guys got T-Mac in trouble. What did you guys do to cause T-Mac to have the problems he's had? He's only 4 for 14, I believe.
We're just trying to make him put the ball on the floor, make him take tough fadeaway shots, and not give him too much airspace, because if he hit those shots, he can get going. And not just him, he can get his players involved as well. So we're just trying to keep a hand up and not let him get comfortable.
All right, man, you played like a veteran that first half. Good luck. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Sal. And so coming up now, the AT&T halftime report. Kevin and Greg are back in our NBA studio. And I'm sure they will have some insight into that upcoming Dallas-Portland game. The storyline here. Tracy McGrady, the NBA's leading scorer and averaging 33 points a game through 6, has been held to 4 of 14. 10 points. And Tayshaun Prince comes in. And he is the difference maker. As Barry high steps it off the floor. Detroit 1 half away. There you see the runs in this. 28 early, then it was the Magic digging back in behind Drew Gooden. And then to close it out, it was the Tayshaun Prince run. With Gooden and the Magic, after leading in this series 3 games to 1, and painfully losing a Game 6 in Orlando, one that I'm sure has shaken everybody within the organization. They come back here for a Game 7, and the home team in Game 7 wins 82% of the time.
I'm surprised to be back here. I thought the Magic would surely pull that out in 6 the way they've played the first 4 games.
Juracek aggressive to open the second half. What Orlando will need here, and it's down now to 10.
That was a nice penetration, and you see how he uses the rim to protect that shot against Ben Wallace.
Hamilton gets it right back.
That's been the story. Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, those guys are getting easy looks at the bucket. Hamilton, even though he shoots a 15, 16-footer, it's still an easy shot for him.
Shot clock down to 10. Wallace on a switch. They go back inside. Curry knew that he had to try to maintain contact on Gooden. He picks up the first foul here in the second half. There's only a handful of teams that have come back from 3-1, and there they are. The Boston Celtics back in '68 in Miami. The last team to do it. That was '97 against the Knicks. Garrity gets it back to a wide open Gooden, top of the circle. misfired, and McGrady up firing. Hits the three.
That may be his second wide open look all afternoon.
Back outside. Curry missing. Gooden down with the rebound. Michael Curry has done an excellent job here in Game 7 defending McGrady. In low now to Gooden. Blocked by Wallace. Big Ben tolls again in the Palace.
That play is why he's the defensive player of the year. He steps out to stop Darrell Armstrong, and when Armstrong makes that pass, Ben Wallace recovers for the block. He's covering two people at once.
Offense going the other way. It's on Armstrong. Rivers unhappy about this one.
Oh, there's Big Ben. He's just scraping that shot off the glass. It's a nice effort here, nice pass, and you see how Ben Wallace recovered after stepping out to stop Darrell Armstrong from getting a good look.
Now, Curry doesn't get much pub, but I have been impressed with his overall game and leadership.
Oh, he's done a terrific job. No question about it.
On the steals, Rip Hamilton and the foul. You know, early on in this series, when the Magic rolled to a 3-1 lead, I thought there was a touch of overconfidence in the Florida newspapers, and I read that somewhere that they said that clearly the Magic has a better team. We are the best team, and this is the worst one seed to come along, and blah, 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 blah. I wonder what they think now.
Yeah, you got to check yourself. It's not over until it's over.
Well, you got to count to 4 in the NBA. Robinson from the baseline. Wallace, hello! Toll the Big Ben.
You can see that one coming from not a mile, but like 10 miles away. As soon as that shot hit the rim, Ben Wallace went right after it.
Oh, Tracy McGrady, you could see him in the air fire that one too hard. He is really forcing the issue right now.
He's got to get something going to the bucket.
Hamilton on the runner. Got a timeout. The Red Wings couldn't do it. The Tigers are in the tank. The Lions, they're looking for help with a new coach. But Big Ben is bringing the Pistons home in Game 7. Burke was there with Armstrong. Sal, what was going on in Doc's huddle? Are they desperate yet?
Doc Rivers didn't even draw up a play that time. He just gave a speech of all speeches. He said, right now, these guys are tougher than you, and it's bothering me. He said, this thing is supposed to be tough. If it wasn't tough, the Clippers would be here right now. He told them to get out there and fight. Told Pat Garrity, don't stand there and look at Ben Wallace. Box him out. Be tough. Back to you, Brent.
Well, there's Robinson. Guy for an offensive rebound and has put some huge numbers up there on the board yet.
Every time he catches the ball, there's white jerseys all around him.
And it all starts with Curry. And there's a switch, and now Robinson's on him. And Robinson tightens up on him. One hand on him. And there's a rejection by Big Ben, and here they come again. But they turn back over. Good play by Armstrong. Phillips trying to get a transition hoop. There's Burke. Speaking of Irishman, on the right baseline.
Well, if they got a layup off of that play, this place would have come unglued. That would have gotten them excited. You know, when you watch Ben Wallace block shots, it's not like he just dinks around with them. I mean, he just crushes the ball. He's afraid you get that ball back, it'll be lopsided.
That's a pretty smooth shot by Rip Hamilton. I can see why Joe Dumars wanted his firepower. And here's Wallace on the steal. Give it up. Give it up. Cross court. Curry says, take it home. Yes.
It's turned into a Ben Wallace show. Gooden here trying to create something. Watch Ben Wallace come out of nowhere. Destroys that shot. Here it is, just powerful block. And he's working on the defensive end, moving his feet. He comes in with those quick hits. That's your center stealing the ball. Running the floor, beautiful strength. Ben Wallace showing you everything in the book.
Did they call a flagrant?
You know what?
Yes, they did.
You look at those numbers down there, you can erase them. Numbers don't mean anything with Ben Wallace. He just provides so much emotional, physical energy out there. This guy's an unbelievable ball player.
Let's go to Sal.
When I talked to Ben Wallace today, he said, this is one of the biggest days ever in my life. He said, I'm going to be aggressive the full 48 minutes on offense. I'm going to take my shots, do what I can for my teammates. He said, we're going to put a hat on our head that said, gone fishing. And we're not going to let that happen today in our house.
You cannot overlook what Chauncey Billups did for this franchise, not today, but in Game 6, when he scored 40 in Orlando against the Magic, who are being blown out here in a Game 7. Listen to the Palace crowd.
It looks like he's a little tired. He's had lots of opportunities when he gets near the bucket to at least put a shot up, and he keeps passing it to his teammates. I know he's trying to get people involved, and he needs to score big. And maybe it's because he's working so hard on the defensive end. Early in the game, he started off on Billups, a different matchup for him. And that shows you, when you have a guy who really has to pick it up on the defensive end, it's going to take a lot out of your offense.
83-58. McGrady only 5 of 18 from the field. Timeout.
He has a great staff over there, Carlisle. And both these teams are well coached. And I know coaches on both sides of the ball. You have Paul Pressey, Doc Rivers have played with both those guys in San Antonio. And Kevin O'Neal, I've known him since my days at Arizona. He's a fantastic coach.
Nice to have a shot blocker, too, like Ben Wallace has been here today. That's a great luxury. 4 blocks, and there's Kevin.
Actually, before Game 1, I was up with Kevin O'Neal playing Scrabble till 1 in the morning.
He said he dominated you.
No, I wouldn't quite say that. and late in the year, I was going to dinner with Paul Pressey out in New York. I mean, I love both those guys. Both those guys, by the way, are going to be head coaches in this league one day.
You're dropping more names than Howard Cosell. Scrabble with one coach, dinner with another.
And that's how you do it in this business. You taught me that.
Billups. And at the buzzer. So the crowd loves it. The hitman says, maybe I know the little one just loves. That's more damage. That's more damage than Sugar Ray did against him. And it has been a block party here. 4 rejections for the big fella. Toll the bell. 1 quarter to go, and it'll be hello, Philadelphia. And Sammy. He's proud of it. Come on, big fella. Nothing could hurt. Who would have thought that Tayshaun Prince would be outscoring Tracy McGrady playing a third of the time? A short time ago, the Doc Rivers huddle.
One last one. One last one. We've won 2 games this year where we've come back from 20 in the 4th quarter. Let's make it 3. We can do it. We can do it, guys. The game is never over. Never. All right?
Magic will attempt to dig in, and Tayshaun Prince is on the floor to open the 4th quarter. going against the Pistons. And the Magic on a bit of a run right now. 7-0. Can they keep it going? Brady being leaned on by Prince. Vaughn battles inside. Back out. Girichek's 3-ball. Yes. And there's a 10-0 run now. If they're going to make a run at it. And Carlisle immediately uses a timeout. We'll take a break. The Pistons still with a big lead, but the Magic coming at them now.
Play was indicative of the way he's played this afternoon. And he has Tayshaun Prince on him, and instead he's setting a screen to let Josh Vaughn get to the bucket. Not stepping out. He has to step out, demand that basketball.
Look how small Doc Rivers has gone. I mean, he's got McGrady out there with Garrity, Vaughn, Girichek, Whitney. McGrady's taking Wallace right now.
Well, your only problem right now is that Ben Wallace is stronger than all 5 of you out there together.
And Hamilton pops it in. So Billups and Hamilton have combined for 50 points here in this game. They're 17 for 28 from the field, the 2 of them. And in game 6, they hit for 62. Big difference with the guards. McGrady takes that one to the rack. And Okur fouls him.
Yeah, see, you know, it's just the snap isn't there. You know, that game 1 we had here, he put a ball down on Okur so hard, just like this, but along the baseline. You know, I thought they were going to have to pump Okur's stomach to get that ball back. But this one here, you know, he misses. It's almost like he doesn't have quite that energy that he's shown in previous games.
Is it possible that a superstar like McGrady should be rested early in a game 7 when you see him missing a couple of shots rather than keeping him out there for the entire game?
Well, no.
I guess that answers that, Coach. There you have it.
I want him out there 48 minutes if I'm the coach. He's young. He's 23. He shouldn't need to play 48 5 nights in a row. And same thing for the Dallas Mavericks. You know, you have to go through adversity. You have to go through a lot of heartache before you make it there. That's what makes it so special.
Down the middle, and 1.
Even T-Mac there, you know, game 1, he dunks that ball and he's huffing and puffing at everybody. Nice penetration pass. Adkins, nice laying off the glass. You see, even after that layup, there's not that emotion that you had. I mean, you go back, you run game 1, that film, he's dunking on people, he's flexing like Shrek. I mean, it's a completely different Orlando team than we've seen in their victories.
Now with 18 points. Detroit got a little sloppy here. They've turned it over 4 times so far in this quarter. Berry, Atkins, Prince, Wallace, and Okur. Pistons at one time had a 26-point lead in this game. Now 5 on the shot. Here comes Prince. Jump shot. On the money. There he is again.
Now, maybe these guys are just demoralized because everything they do, the Pistons have an answer for it.
Garrity, McGrady looking for the long ball, partially blocked by Tayshaun Prince. Running the floor is Berry. He'll bring time off now. He's a smart one. Atkins just holds onto the ball, brings the shot clock down to 10 now with this big lead. On the run, off the glass, Tom Berry. A wonderful hoop.
That's the E in horse. That's the way it's going. Tom Berry. It's tough for people to make that shot without anybody on them in the gym by themselves.
Berry limping off. He is hurt.
He fell on his back. Got a little get a bruise on your backside. That's exactly what it is.
And then your feelings are hurt. You don't draw the charge. Wallace rebound.
Now that's when you wake up in the middle of the night. You get something to eat. You wake up in the morning, and all of a sudden that side doesn't move. You're locked up.
Shot clock inside of 10 again now for the Pistons. Atkins pass stolen by Whitney. Gurchek reaches in and one. So spread the floor and attack with the smaller players is working to a certain extent for Doc Rivers here. And get the MVP trophy again, Sean.
That's dangerous.
Tim might just ask if I win this, let's just hold it off until we get an off day.
I tell you what, I got one ring. I should have two. And in the year 95, that was the year that Akeem came in.
Right, Mad Skills Award.
Yeah, so this is when your skills aren't quite there today. Tracy McGrady, tough afternoon. Pistons doing a tremendous job defensively. Maybe he's a little tired. Doesn't have as much energy as you've seen earlier. Missing the jump shot, the dunk. An air ball there. Now watch the ball handling. Just fumbling the ball a little bit. And then underneath Ben Wallace. And that doesn't help. And finally, your man goes glass on you, running the opposite way.
How dramatically he has fallen off offensively here in the teeth of this demanding Detroit defense. He's better than he is down there with that organization. No one's more deserving of a big contract either. On the run now. And it winds up at Whitney's hands in the middle. Whitney tries to also draw the foul. Didn't even get the field goal. Great defense.
John Barry deserves an award for that possession.
And Phillips drains a three. A 30-point game to go with his 40 the other day. Oh, wow. Any minute now, I expect to see an octopus thrown on this floor. There are some left over in this town, I'm told.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me the way these guys have played this afternoon. That last possession in particular, Barry, with Chris Whitney, looked like he had a wide open lip. He didn't even see Barry coming along that right side. And that's a guy who never gives up.
For his last two field goals are just etched in my memory for a long, long time.
Well, he is something else. And what scares you is he's got a nice supporting cast, and he alone can win a playoff series for you.
They would be the next opponent in here on Tuesday night. And we're closing this one down, 3:48, and McGrady knocks down his second three. And somebody behind me yells a little too late, and I think he's got it right. Gonna pick him up. There it is, Tracy McGrady. Ends a great season on a disappointing note, but obviously he'll be back. And a nice ovation here from the fans in Detroit. Winds up with 21 points. Ben Wallace on the free throw line. So the flag of surrender has been run up with 3:18 to go as Tracy McGrady leaves. And you know, Orlando's...
You're out after 4 games, and you end up winning in 7.
On the other hand, both Orlando and Dallas would like to vote again. Here comes Phillips. Yes. Chauncey Billups. 77 points in the last 2 games for Chauncey Billups. Air ball for the rookie. Wallace, another rebound. And the whistle. A dozen rebounds for Big Ben. Put on that 12th t-shirt up there. He put 55 up in the first game, and won't it be fun watching this Detroit defense see if they've got an answer for the answer. It will not be
trying to show anybody up.
And Gooden is fouled as he attacks Okur and Danny Manning. 18 seconds, and Ben Wallace and the rest of the Pistons can start thinking about Philly, Tracy McGrady, and the Magic. They can start thinking about next season. A lot of good things for Orlando to build on. Certainly Drew Gooden's performance.
You know, it's going to be painful now for the Magic. But a guy like McGrady, he's going to be in the league so long, and he's going to go much deeper in the first round of the playoffs. You know, 5-10 years from now, he's going to look back at this whole situation and laugh about it.
Here it comes now. The crowd are bringing down the curtain. The Pistons survive 3 elimination games. Down 3-1. They win a Game 5 here, then a critical Game 6 in Orlando, and come home to blow out the Magic in the final game. Tayshaun Prince helps deliver the knockout punch.
All right, no doubt. We're going to try to hold this down for us, nigga. All right.
And against Philadelphia, the Pistons will have the home court advantage with their regular season performance, and so they'll be here in the Palace come Tuesday night when this series opens up. And already the 76ers staff hard at work. Let's go to Sal Masekela.
Well, I got two of them with me right here, Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace. First of all, guys, last week this time you weren't even supposed to be here. You were down 3-1. Everyone had written you off. Tonight, 37 points, man. Tell me about what it took for you guys to get here, and now you're moving on to the second round.
It was just pride. It was just pride. I mean, we got down early. We didn't come in with the right intensity. When we started the playoffs, we thought they were just going to lay down. They was the 8th seed, but they didn't. They fought hard. And then we regrouped. We started playing with a lot of pride, a lot of intensity, and we turned the series around. And, people wrote us off. Nobody really gave us a lot of respect, but we're here, baby.
All right, that first quarter, they really came at you hard. They were fronting you, but you managed to distribute the ball and get your other players involved, man.
Yeah, I just was patient. I was patient, and I was waiting for the gaps to open up where I can penetrate or get my shot off. And, gaps opened up, and I shot the ball, and it went down again tonight.
All right, I got to say now, we're heading to Philadelphia. What do you expect out of Philly? They're sitting at home right now watching what just went down.
It's going to be a very tough series again. They got another explosive player in AI who's, who we're going to have to focus on. They got some other players who can really hurt you. It's going to be a great series. I mean, we split with them during the year, 4 very good games, and we look forward to it.
All right, man, we'll enjoy the ride up there. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Sal. Again, the final score, 108-93. A day to remember for the Detroit Pistons and their fans. Only the second time in franchise history that they have won a Game 7. And as a result, they'll move along and play Philadelphia in the next round. So for Sean Elliott, Sal Masekela, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from Auburn Hills. We will go to the North American International Auto Show right after this. So long, everybody.